Hey, what's going on, guys? Jamal Long here, providing you guys with another trading recap video. Today was another good day, finishing up the day up 310 bucks. Great day to trade. Quick trade early this morning and one this afternoon. So let's get right to the recap. I ended up trading Verizon. And so Verizon is one of those stocks which I typically don't trade, but I keep it up on a watch list. Because I set alerts for stocks that are approaching an all-time high. And so in this case, Verizon was approaching an all-time high, and I set an alert and on my phone, and I was constantly getting text messages indicating that Verizon was going up. And so I ended up taking a look at the chart and noticed that when I had looked at the stock this morning, it was roughly around, it was at 60.85-ish when I first took a look at it. And then we went up slightly before pulling back. And so as we did that pullback, I said to myself, well, hey, Verizon is close to its all-time high. It's in an uptrend. So let's jump in, right? And that's exactly what happened. So ended up jumping in as we pulled back above this level, because since this 89 level was the high, I needed to get some confirmation that the stock was going to move back up. And so as it broke above this 60.89 level, ended up jumping in. So jumped in and took the ride up. And so I plotted out a level of resistance, which was at when I took a look at my charts, it on my phone, it was at about 23, right? And so for me, typically I always try to get out just before resistance. And I had this line plotted up here. This was a level of resistance in addition to this 61.55 level, which is the all-time high, which would essentially mark an all-time high if we get above that level. And so ended up taking a ride and jumped out at 18. So literally I had a great exit because I jumped out as we got to 61.18. But as you can see, the high was 61.19 before pulling back. And so Verizon pulled back throughout the day before doing somewhat of a rally into the close, I believe. Oh no, it was just flat during the close. So overall, quick, easy win. Jumped in, jumped out, and nice little winner, right? So that kind of set the tone for the day throughout. And I didn't really watch the market because, of course, as you guys know, I'm at work during the day, so didn't really watch the market. And then of course, I leave work around 2:30ish, and so I typically get back in the house around 3:20ish, 3:30, depending on the day. And so typically I'll pull back up the charts as well, pull them up again, and that's exactly what I did. So I wanted to watch the SPY this afternoon, right? So that's the one that I pulled up once I got in. And as you can see throughout the day today on the SPY, we had this nice little move early this morning. And as you can see, pulled back significantly, right? So had you jumped in on this downtrend, that would have been a nice win. But of course, during that time, I really wasn't watching the market. And I decided to, once I got in around 3:30ish, 3:20ish, I ended up taking a look at the SPY. So I pulled this up and noticed that we were in this little range, right? So we were in this range between 280.33 and this level around 280.11. Right, so we, chopping around this range, right? And I said to myself, hey, let's continue to watch this SPY, see what's going to happen. And ended up getting a break as we broke below this level of support at 20, well, 280.10, right? So let's pull that up, zoom in. And so as you can see, this was the level of support. Let's remove this studies. Right, so we broke below this level of support around 350. And I said to myself, hey, let's watch this because this looks like the move that I'm looking for. And as we broke below, and then the second candle, we were low as well, but we could not break back above that level of resistance. That's where I jumped in, right? Typically, this is where I jump in. I look for it to retest to see if it breaks above that level of, which was once support, which now becomes resistance, and it could not break above that level. And so I ended up jumping in, bought some put options, and as you can see, we took a nice ride down. So for me, I ended up jumping out right around this level, around 280, well, 279.80. Because of course this level of support right here. And as you can see, we broke below that level, continued down slightly before trying to push back up, and we ultimately failed. So now we're in the pre-market, well, after hours, and just holding on to this level of support right here. So, well, resistance now. So overall, quick and easy trade, right? About a 5-minute trade for me today on this, and then another 5-minute trade on Verizon. So, great day to trade. So as you can see, we're starting to get that momentum throughout the market. And when I have time, I'm able to trade. So today was another day. Had some free time, was able to trade, and yeah. So on that note, finishing up the day, $310. I'll get back to it the next time I trade. So you guys have a great evening.